Welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna go over a trade on Euro USD. This is Friday, the 7th of February 2025. The trade was at end of Frankfurt, start of London. So straight away, we were EU's in a weird position right now. EU was looking bullish um, after this big gap created, right? So you can't really tell what was meant to happen or what was happening after this jump. We jumped and instantly we swept this liquidity. So I was understanding the buys where you have here market structure shift and it's going up. If we sweep a daily low, preferably I'm looking for a 4 hour high minimum to get swept, if like opposite to equal the liquidity sweep, because market doesn't move without liquidity. So when this 4 hour got swept, we start wicking and dropping. So after this sweep here, I didn't like the pullback. I kind of wanted it to drop a bit more because it dropped so heavily and closed really good, but it pulled up. And then when we open up, we had this is New York high right here. The New York high started and it swept some London highs, I think, in here. This is actually, this is Frankfurt high, actually, I think. 8 o'clock, wait. 8 o'clock. Yeah, this is Frankfurt high. So New York swept Frankfurt high and started to drop. And then today when the day opened, the first blue line is Asia. It's Asia start. So this is Asia high. So EU from Frankfurt, we also, let me see, we didn't sweep Asia low. So this was the Asia low right here, because Frankfurt over 8. But it started to go up a lot fast. So it swept Asia high and then it swept New York high as well. So here we are trying to look for sells, and how I remember, yes, we also have, after this 1 hour got swept, we are now also in this 1 hour POI. So from here, we could look for a sell-off because we've hit the POI. Now, the 15 during Frankfurt was showing slight rejection. We were closing inside. For the CRT people, the next 15-minute candle hit deeper and closed bearish, black down. So it closed down. Also, CRT is when it sweeps the candle high like this and closes below the wick. So the CRT was also happening on the 15. Now, after a strong rise, we would still preferably need at least a retracement if we are going to continue up. So you could catch a retracement off of this as well, but I was kind of planning for a continuation. So when you open here, this is 9 o'clock. Is I put it a little bit too far. 9 o'clock because Frankfurt is a 1 hour session. So Frankfurt swept the high, and then when London opened, we weren't really getting anything even on the 1 minute. So I will draw out the 1 minute for you now. Let's see. The 1 minute wasn't showing anything too, I guess, amazing. We swept Asia high and we started getting, break of structures down, but the movement was really bad. There was no fair value gaps, there was no good POIs or rejections, so it was more of just a fake out and to continue. So it continued up into the POI, and this is where we started getting some good stuff. Obviously, now we look for an entry after we hit. We're looking for a market structure shift to go down. So we have no structure shift here, nothing here. We closed, but we didn't get a fair value gap or a good POY, so instantly it goes up with a big candle, so there's no need to push it down. We have push down, push up again, in theory a market structure shift, but still it's not good because it's just a candle closure. You can't just be trigger happy, you wait. So even though after this market structure shifted down, we do actually get this as my first point of liquidity this high. So we kind of wanted to get swept for it to drop to make more sense to us, and it did sweep it. And now from here we have our down candle, then we go up and down. And from this moment, so this right here was our liquidity taken, right? And then right here we have our market structure shift. Okay, let me just unmagnet it like this. After this market structure shift, we've got what we want. We've got a fair value gap here, which isn't the driving force for us. It's not like an entry point. You could use it as an entry point, you would have still won, but it's just to show us that price moved fast. That's what we want. We want to see that there was some sell off. Then we also have our POY now, because this is the block that caused the market structure shift, the big pull down, and also the fair value gap. So when we had this, we wait, price went up, and this is perfect. It tapped the POY with a wick. We didn't close inside at all, and then we closed out of it. You could have entered straight away here, straight away, because you got a good reaction. You would have had your short here, but right now, even in January, the price action isn't looking so good right now. Actually, no, sorry, February. January wasn't the best. And now February is also, I'm looking at it, I'm not really getting too clean of any entries on the market. It's moving not the best, so you could have maybe waited for some extra confirmation, but it would have slightly destroyed your or. But you know I could have potentially entered off of the first down candle just to guarantee that we are for sure basically dropping down, but when I'm trading and it's good price action, you could even have your stop loss at the wick that touched the POI, because the price shouldn't go higher. But again, I don't trust the price right now, so I give myself breathing room space, and this is where I started to enter from here. And then again, let me just reset the chart. Our Frankfurt session made a huge pull up. We didn't have any sweeps of liquidity. You have liquidity here, which you see it swept and kind of started to push up, showing you some bullishness. But we are now bearish, so we're holding it down. Plus, it was retapping this 5 minute POY. That's why it came back. And if you see this on the 5 minutes, you see it and you understand that the pullback was not a continuation up, but just a 5 minute pullback into the POY. You hold. Now, Frankfurt, again, you could target this low. So this is our targets. You can start targeting this, but also I trade off of 15-minute liquidities. So let's say I'm looking for a buy. I'm not really looking for a buy from this liquidity point. So I'd open the 15, and the 15 would show you there is absolutely nothing that can drive the price up in this area. Oops. In this area. So in reality, you would be. So let me just. I already moved the TP. Let me just. Oh, come on. It was like this. Okay. So no, it wasn't. I can't even see the purple lining. It was here. Okay. There's nothing there to drive the price. So the first place we're looking for is more than likely Frankfurt high low, because we did have a Frankfurt high here and we swept the Frankfurt high and started to go down. So you could expect the trade to go to Frankfurt low all the way down here, and you would have got something like this. So let's just mark it out here. You would have been already break even a long time ago, if anything. But also you have then um, you have the Asia low. You could have targeted a bit lower, but don't get greedy. This is already more than enough, 10 to 1. It's way more than enough. So that would have been your stop of your trade and profit. But the trade kept going down. But potentially getting greedy. Also, you had the NFP, so that would have been a perfect, like literally perfect trade. You pull out at Frankfurt low slash Asia low, so that would have been around, let's see, just to make sure of the time, you're pulling out like this, and that's 1 o'clock. So that's 1 hour before New York Open and about 1 hour 30 before the big news. That would have been your perfect trade. And yeah, that's it. You just keep it simple. You find your bias direction, and then you just find where you want to take profit. But I do recommend going for 3 to 1s. I don't recommend again going for anything higher, because you're going to get too greedy more and more, and you're going to start hitting stop loss a lot. So yeah, that's the trade. I have a free trading Discord with 500 members. Comment for the link or ask me questions, or you can just join in and just be in the Discord. Even if you're not a good trader, brand new, everybody's in there, new, experienced, everybody. So yeah, and also we've got TikToks, a lot of them, like 4 or 5. So just comment, ask any questions, and I hope you enjoy and learn something.